Actually, my first boss was Michael Bloomberg, before he started Bloomberg. Okay, I was a summer intern when I was in college at Salomon Brothers, which became part of Citigroup. And I was a summer intern, and Mike was at Salomon. And then he got the idea to set up Bloomberg. So I started at Salomon Brothers Citigroup. I ended up working there for 22 years. I did a lot of different things. I was very fortunate to work in fixed income, sales and trading. If you read the book Liar's Poker, I was there during those years. And I was very fortunate to work with some of the best and brightest people on Wall Street. I worked closely with Jamie Dimon. I worked closely with Robert Rubin, the Treasury Secretary, and many other people at Citigroup who I think are really high quality. So I was able to really learn and grow and start basically from right out of college. And I was the reason I'm interested in education was because when I started, I didn't know anything. Right, I didn't know a Freddie Mac, a Big Mac, I like to say, and so there was a woman who sat next to me, and she kind of helped me, and I always remembered that, and I said that if I get a chance to help people, and I get a chance to help educate, and help other people learn and grow, I'm going to try to do that. So that's kind of how it all started. I would say my advice is a few things. One is to keep learning. You should always learn, even when you're older, right? If every day you want to go to bed every night feeling like you learned something or you know a little bit more than the day before. So I think education, and improving yourself intellectually, I think is really important. Second, I think, is networking, right? You can be the best basketball player in the world, but if no one ever sees you play, you're not going to make it in the NBA, right? People have to see you. People have to understand what you're good at. So networking is really, really imperative. And that's why HKSI, the events and things like that are so important, because networking, if you broaden your network using LinkedIn, going to events, that to me, that's where opportunities come, because people get to see what you're about and your expertise and your knowledge. And that's going to lead to opportunities, right? If no one sees you, it's not going to happen. And the third thing is really to keep on top of what's happening in financial markets right now. I mean, it's so complicated right now between what's happening in traditional markets and then all the new economy, Web3, crypto. There's just a lot happening globally, not locally only. So to me, an effective leader is somebody who can help build a culture at the company. They provide really good opportunities for people to grow and people to thrive, and using education, using other types of training, giving them opportunities, and really to be a leader means that people want to look up to you and people want to follow you, right? You're the leader. So you want to have the attributes like integrity, thoughtfulness, and intelligence and vision, right? I think a big thing for a leader is vision. Where is a company going to go? What's going to happen 2 or 3 years from now, right? I mean, you have to think ahead, right? Markets react. A few things. One is that early on I attended events. I obviously took, some of the tests and went through some of the materials and all that kind of stuff. And I found that the network was quite strong. I felt that I learned a lot. The people that work at HKSI, who are now my friends, and are people I respect and really want to help the financial community grow in Hong Kong. And I think right now with a lot of transition globally, and with hopefully getting over COVID, this and that, there's a real need to provide some guidance for financial hubs like Hong Kong and others. So HKSI provides that, and as the more I get into it, the more I've met people across the industry, both sell side and buy side, being on some of the committees and and I've been very pleased to contribute in my own little way to help drive some, membership, or drive some, teaching some of the courses or things like that, or working on some of the committees. So it's the kind of thing, the more I get into it, the more value I see from HKSI, and I think that there's a lot of people that can benefit from it, particularly the networking, particularly some of the courses and the programs, not doing it just for CPT hours, but really learning, again, educating themselves. So, I think HKSI provides a lot of that.